Good evening, Northern Colorado. This is Kilo Zero Alpha Bravo Kilo. My name is Alec, and I am located in LaSalle. I will be the net control. I will be net control for this evening's NCARC Club Net. The purpose of this net is to provide a form of announcement of amateur radio-related events, a meeting time on the air to encourage social interaction between club members and provide you a point of contact for club executive board members. This net may be interrupted at any time for emergencies or priority traffic. If you need to use the system for an emergency during the net, say break and give us your call sign. We will acknowledge you and suspend the net until you advise us that you are clear. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All licensed amateur radio operators with 70 centimeter privileges are encouraged to check into this net. Club membership is encouraged but not required for participation in this net. This net will begin as a directed net and shift into an open net. There will be opportunities for stations with equipment to sell to announce their items. Check-ins are requested for purpose of counting participation with no checkout required. Once all stations are checked in, Net Control will ask the club executive board if they have any announcements, and then we'll take any announcements from any other operators. Please be courteous once the formal part of the net is over and allow breaks from other stations to be part of the conversation. When checking in, please give your call sign slowly using the ITU phonetic alphabet. Tonight we've had 14 early check-ins. I will now start by taking check-ins from club board members. Club board members, please check in at this time if you not have checked in early.
Good evening. November 0, Echo Mike Papa, Greg, Fort Collins, member at large, no traffic.
Okay, picked up one there, N0 EMP, Greg. Any other club board members that would like to check in, please call now. Okay, hearing none, I will now take check-ins from general club memberships by call suffixes. General club membership with call suffixes starting Alpha through Mike. Please call now.
Evening, Alex. This is Kilo 0 Delta Bravo Echo, Debbie in Fort Collins.
Good evening to the net. Kilo 8 Golf Echo Echo, Jerry, Fort Collins.
W0 DAS Whiskey 0 Delta Alpha Sierra, Dave in Fort Collins.
Okay, and I would like to recognize K0 DEB Debbie, K8GEE Jerry, and W0 DAS Dave. Take check-ins from club membership Alpha through Zulu. Alpha through Zulu, please call now.
Kilo Echo 0, Romeo Papa Bravo, Brandon, Bertha.
Alpha India 7 Papa Mike, AI 7 PM Phil Echolink.
Last station called, my pen died halfway through. I got AE7. Could you give me the last, please?
Alpha India 7 Papa Mike, AI 7 PM.
Okay, thank you for the correction on there. AI 7 PM, and then we got KE0 RPB. Any other member stations like to check in, please call now. Okay, hearing none, I will now take check-ins from non-member stations. Non-member stations, member stations, board members. Anybody like to check in for tonight's Club Net? Suffixes Alpha through Mike. Please call now. Okay, hearing none, let's go Alpha through Zulu. Any members, non-members, board members, anybody like to check in Alpha through Zulu, please call now.
This is Alpha Echo Zero, Charlie, Foxtrot, Ben, Fort Collins.
Ben, can you come with your call sign again? I think it's AE0, the rest, please.
I guess my microphone's still kind of broken, but yeah, you look at that. It is Alpha Echo Zero, Charlie, Foxtrot.
Okay, yeah, you're a little bit muffled there, but I got AE0CF, Ben and Fort Collins. Thanks for checking in.
Roger.
Okay, so I'm not hearing any more check-ins. Let's roll through here. KD0DYU, do you have anything for the net tonight?
Yes, I do, but can you go by me and I'll pick it up in the last?
Copy that. We'll got you marked down there. W0DDZ, do you have anything for the net this evening?
Yeah, Alec, thanks. Yeah, I just want to remind everybody about the NCARC Tech Fest coming up. It's going to be held at the event complex, or at the event hall at the Morgan Library at CSU on October 13th. Information is on the NCARC webpage if anybody has any questions. Hearing none, back to net. W0DDZ.
Okay, thank you for that there, Dave. Greg and 0EMP indicated no traffic. KI0KN, James, you said you had a few things for us this evening?
Yes, I do. Good evening, y'all, and thanks, Alec, for taking the net. First and foremost, I wanted to just give everyone a quick update on the continuing 220 repeater saga. I think we have now finally nailed down the problem. We did find a duplexer that was not operating properly, and bigger news, a brand new 220 antenna that we purchased is got very bad noise problems right out of the box, and it has finally all been proven out by a third party, and he has proven that I am not completely and totally insane and that I was barking up the right tree. So the good news is we found the problem with the Buckhorn 220 machine. The bad news is it is a brand new antenna. However, I do have a J-pole that we're planning on putting up there. I was hoping to get it up last Saturday, but the new site visit, or Sunday, new site visit ran a little long. So I'll have it up there with a temporary antenna very soon, and that should give us a nice clean 220 repeater for the northern Colorado area again, after much consternation and many site visits. Let me reset here. Okay, second on the list is Rattlesnake Ranch, our new repeater site there located at N0EMP's property. We had a tremendously exciting Sunday getting the container that will house our gear up to the top of the mountain. As hard as we tried, nobody got seriously injured. I joke about that, and it's probably not a joking matter, but boy, we had one heck of a time getting that big heavy box up the top of the mountain and then set flat on pallets. Luckily, the only thing that had a major injury was a 20-ton bottle jack that got crushed, and I think that was it. So we are getting ever so close. The parts, we're still a few parts on back order for the microwave links up there to get that site on the air, but it is getting ever so close to being ready to go, and there will be, reset one more time here. There will be an ample opportunity for volunteers that would like to come visit a site to come up and help, because we need help painting that box. We need help getting some ventilation cut into it. We need help with all of the equipment installed in it. We need help with moving some paving stone around and putting the final touches on the balancing of that box. So volunteers, if you're not on the list for volunteers, the listserv, make sure you reach out to any of the board members to get on there, and then watch the list, because we will have several work parties coming up soon to do some major work there. Reset one more time. KI0KN with the NCARC ClubNet. Briefly, before I move on to my third and final item, any questions about the 220 repeater or Rattlesnake Ranch? Okay, so more to come. Watch for more information on both of those subjects. The final thing I had tonight was simply a quick recognition and thank you from me to many, many of our club members that help out with events, that help out with everything. N0EMP for being my right-hand senior executive, ultra gold special assistant to the tech chair that always helps me out when I'm in a bind. People like W0LEV and W0ASP for doing so much with the kids in Berthoud, even though that's at the solar or the RF observatory there. These may not be club events, but there's so many things. Phil and Luann, same thing, and CB for Charlie Brown. Our Colorado boy, Mike, is our new friend. Lots and lots of recognition. DDZ for all his video work and club work, and Kevin for organizing so much. You know, there's a ton of people out there that I know I just named off a few, but just a huge thanks back from me to you. You guys always are thanking me at meetings and things for the repeater work, but this club runs as smooth as it does and has a record membership because of all of us working together. So just wanted to take a quick moment to recognize so many people and so many things they do great for this club. With that, thanks for the time, Alec. I'll hand it back to you. KI0KN, over to Net Control.
This is Kilo Zero Alpha Bravo Kilo with Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. Thanks for that, James, and yes, we wouldn't be as successful of a club if it wasn't for everybody participating, and we are all eternally grateful for that. Let's roll through here. KD0TYU, Joe, your request to be last, and it's your turn.
Thanks for that, Alec. I think James is running for my office. That's okay. I have a couple things. Aries is running a simulation this weekend, and we'd sure like your help if you're part of Aries or even a Tier 1 or whatever. If you don't mind, somewhere between 8 and 10 o'clock in the morning, if you could call, get on the 145-115, just a resource net. You're not going to have to go anywhere or anything like that. Just call up, and we're simulating an emergency and call-in thing. So please do that if you can. We do appreciate that. That's anywhere from 8 to 10 o'clock. Get on the 145-115. Let this drop for a minute. Well, the old calendar says it's October 3rd, which means September is gone. September 31st came and went, and we have winners to our contest within a contest. And I kind of wanted to let me lay these things out here real quick, and I'll start off giving you the winners. So, and we will be presenting this stuff at the next club meeting. Third place, we have Roger Johnson with 480 points. Second place, I went right to first. Second place is Mike Ring with 780 points. And Dan with 12,212 points. Those are our winners, and we will be presenting that at the next club meeting on October, I believe it's the 18th, if I remember right now, on the 15th, I guess. Any questions for anybody on the board? Okay, I'll turn it back over to you, Alec. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that, Joe, and sounds like an exciting meeting coming up. I plan to be there. Are there any late check-ins for board members at this time?
Yeah, Zero Can with one more item.
Go ahead, James. Floor's yours.
Yeah, sorry about that, and you know, anybody I missed in my thank you, the list of names is so much huger than I could remember or even recite, so anybody I forgot there. But the last item I had there, Darren, KC0ZIE is kindly taking over the Horsetooth Ache event coming up. We have the Aries SET on Saturday, and the Horsetooth Ache is on Sunday. I'm going to be out of town celebrating my anniversary with my wife, and he is still short on some folks. I know he sent out emails, but if there is absolutely anybody that is willing to jump in and help for a couple of hours at the Horsetooth Ache this Sunday, October 7th, up at Horsetooth Reservoir, he's still looking for a couple of folks. They can reach out to either myself or to Darren. Our contact information is on the NCARC website. Really appreciate it. We can get you set up with gear, instructions, everything else. Low-key, small event, good barbecue afterwards. Anybody that's willing to lend a hand that hasn't signed up yet, your help would be much appreciated. Thanks for the second time around there, Alec. KI0CAN, back to you.
Not a problem there, James, and you can take all the time you need. We wouldn't have this elaborate, lovely setup if it wasn't for all the effort that you put into it, along with everybody else. Let's see, let's roll through here. Do any stations have questions for the NCARC board this evening? Are there any stations with announcements for the net this evening? Okay, hearing none, we have now reached the gear swamp portion of the net. Are there any stations with equipment to sell, or stations looking for a piece of equipment, something you got to get rid of, or something you just have to have? Please call now.
N0 EMP.
N0 EMP, Greg, go ahead, it's all yours.
This isn't ham related, but I am looking for a surveyor's transit, also known as a theodolite. This is the small telescope with crosshairs on a tripod that you may have seen road crews using or people at construction sites. And it has azimuth and elevation rings marked off in degrees for measuring angles. Looking for a used mechanical one, not one of the newer electronic ones. N0 EMP.
K0 PRB.
Hey, Phil.
Hi. It's funny that you mentioned that. I just sent you a link of something I found on eBay. It's old, but it's mechanical, and the price is decent.
Okay, I'll take a look at that. Thanks very much, Phil. N0 EMP.
Okay, K0 PRB, Phil, I did get you marked down as a check-in. Anybody else looking for a piece of equipment they want, or looking for a piece of equipment to sell? Please call now.
Yeah, 0 can.
Go ahead, James, all yours.
Yeah, thanks, Alec. I guess I'm making up for lost time here. I still have a couple of pieces of equipment for sale. I have two tube-type boat anchor receivers I sent out via email to the non-official NCARC list some weeks back, a Halicrafters and I can't even remember what the other one is. Anyways, if you're interested in old but beautiful condition tube-type receiver-only boat anchor radios, let me know. I also have a high-gain Ham 4 rotator for sale. It's the rotator as well as a control box that has been completely revamped with LED lighting, and it's got one of the old Idiom Press, now Ham Supply, point-and-shoot brake managed systems in it that has the RS-232 for computer control available for sale as well. If anybody's interested in learning more about that, give me a shout. techchair@ncarc.net, and I can get you pictures or descriptions, etc. That's all I had. Thanks, Alec. KI0 CAN.
Thanks for that, James. Anybody else have anything they're dying to have, or something they just got to get rid of? Please call now.
N0
WIQ.
Go ahead there, Carrie. It's all yours.
It's not really ham related, but I would like to know if anybody knows anybody that might have use for an old Chrysler 273 V8, because I'd like to get rid of it out of my garage right now so I can make room for a car to go into my garage.
Anybody interested in VA motor that Carrie has? Okay, hearing none, I will ask around and see what you can come up with for you there, Carrie. At this time, does any station have a special topic they'd like to discuss with the net this evening? Hearing none, this is Kilo Zero Alpha Bravo Kilo for the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. Are there any late check-ins, comments, questions, or any other discussions before we close the net this evening? Hearing none, well, this concludes the NCARC Club Net. Net Control would like to thank each station for their participation in this net. This net will occur next Wednesday at the same time on the repeater. Early check-ins start at 6 and preamble starts at 6:30. The repeater is open for general use. This is Kilo Zero Alpha Bravo Kilo, and everybody have a lovely night.
This presentation was brought to you by the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.